All right, so now that we've learned a lot about how WordPress works, I want to come back and talk about themes again. And really, what I want to focus on is how do you choose a good theme and what you should be looking for when you choose a theme. So, when I come to themes, I can choose Add New, and there's a huge amount of themes that are available that people have made for WordPress. Okay, some of them look really bad, right? I don't think any of you want to use this theme. Some of them look really professional and like they're for a very certain purpose. But what I want to look at is how actually making your site look like this can be really difficult. So when I'm installing themes, there's a couple things I'm going to look for. First, you want to install a theme that a lot of people have installed. And you can see that when you go to details, you can see how many ratings there are. So that's a good indication of whether or not it's a high quality theme, whether or not people have found it useful or not. So when you install a theme, you're going to click install. It's going to download the files, but your site's not actually going to change until you activate it. So I'm going to come back to my themes here, and I want to look at a couple different things that can happen when you install a theme. So when I activate this theme, so this is now active and I refresh my site. This is going to look basically how I expect it to. Okay, so this is a pretty simple theme. It's pretty minimal as far as there aren't a lot of design elements other than my content. And I want to really encourage you to think about themes like this. Not necessarily this one, but themes that basically just display your content, because what that means is that your images and your videos can really stand out and you can really craft a message the way that you want to. Because let's say we install a theme like this. So this is one that really looks like it changes the appearance of the page quite a lot. So when I activate it, okay, sometimes stuff like this will pop up. Sometimes it says I want you to install plugins to use this theme, but let's refresh this page. All right, so this looks nothing like that little thumbnail that I was looking at. And that's because some of these, they're very complicated to use. They require a lot of knowledge to use. There's not always a lot of documentation for how to use them. So if I come into customize now, you're going to see that there's a lot more options than for other themes in customize. So one thing is a lot of these themes have pro versions where if you want all the features, you're going to have to pay. But also, this just has a lot of options that you have to go through to really tweak it and make it how you want. So do I want this header top bar? Okay, well, it looks like it's this gray area. Okay, well, do I want a menu over here? Right, okay, this puts the menu here. So you need to understand that there's a lot of customization required to make this look like what you thought that you were installing. You can spend a lot of time kind of knocking your head against this, trying to make it look like what you thought you were getting. And a lot of times that time can just be wasted because you might realize that you just can't make it look like the demo looked. So if you want to really get into one of these more advanced themes and devote the time to learning it and invest the time and realize that you might have to, try to use several of these kind of more advanced themes. I don't even want to say they're more advanced. They're more specific in how they imagine your website looking, okay? And that means that you're also going to have maybe less options in making them look exactly like you want them to look. These minimal themes I think can be a lot better for you. So if we activate this one, you'll see that our homepage now has some of this stuff in it, but this is a lot easier to change if I come into the customizer, okay? So I can see that, okay, I've got a header image. Do I want to hide this image? Do I want to replace it with one of my images? That's much more doable. I can see, okay, it's got this text here that I definitely don't want. So where is that? And I'm gonna have to look through here and find it. Theme options, is it here? Portfolio option, okay, so it's here. I could change this text, looks like I have to write HTML. but I could also just get rid of it if I wanted to. So these themes are a lot more workable. I really encourage you to just find a basic, minimal theme that can really highlight your content, because that's what we care about. Otherwise, just realize that you can waste a ton of time looking at themes, trying to find one that works, trying to customize one. And that's just part of WordPress. It's part of, you're not going to be writing as much code, but you are going to have to spend some time getting good at this. And it is an actual skill, an actual thing that you will get better at.